What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, two-division world champion, currently simultaneously holds the WBA at 130 and 135. Four-time world champion, superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis, 24-0, 23 wins by way of knockout, 0 losses on his resume. 26 years of age, stands at 5'5.5" with a 67.5-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was Halloween, October 31st of 2020, when he knocked out four-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Leo Santa Cruz in dramatic fashion in the 6th round of their fight. With that said, everybody's speculating what's next for Gervonta Tank Davis. There's a lot of talks and a lot of reports that Gervonta Tank Davis will be moving up to 140. As Gervonta Tank Davis, he stated on his social media that he will not be having his next fight at 130 or 135. And there's a lot of links linking him to facing off against WBA, regular, junior, you could say junior welterweight or super lightweight, 140-pound division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Mario Barrios in his next fight. Mario Barrios is undefeated as well. And that's being linked to Gervonta Tank Davis. With that said, everybody is wondering how Gervonta Tank Davis is going to fare at 140 pounds. As Gervonta Tank Davis, he campaigned at 135 one time when he fought for the vacant WBA regular championship against Yuriokis Gamboa, 3-division world champion, Olympic gold medalist, superstar, Cuban superstar boxer. And he knocked out Yuriokis Gamboa in dramatic fashion in the 12th round of that fight, after dropping him about 3 or 4 times in the fight as well. With that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, at the end of the fight, he stated that he was not too comfortable at 135. He wanted to campaign at 130 or maybe do catch weights in between 130 and 135, but at the full 135, he would not be comfortable. With that said, this fight with Mario Barrios is scheduled to take place at 140, a full 140-pound limit. That's 5 pounds north of the 135-pound limit, and he only campaigned there once. But maybe he's grown. With that said, he was asked about a possible showdown with former IBF junior welterweight world champion superstar boxer Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis is 25-1, 25 wins, 1 loss, 21 wins by way of knockout. He is 32 years of age. He stands at 5'8" with a 67-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was against Juan Heraldez, which was on the undercard of Gervonta Tank Davis card, in which he got a knockout victory. He's scheduled to fight Ivan Redcash April 17th on Triller. Okay, so he's going to be making a ring return April 17th on Triller. With that said, when asked about a possible showdown between him and Regis Prograis, Gervonta Tank Davis, he held nothing back. He said, "I will knock his blank out." He says he's not a good fighter. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing. Okay, so he stated that he will knock out Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis, 1 loss came in a unification bout against now undefeated IBF and WBA, IBF junior welterweight world champion British superstar boxer Josh Taylor. That was the only loss on Regis Prograis' resume. It was a majority decision to Josh Taylor. It was a very close fight. I personally thought that Josh Taylor won the fight. Regis Prograis thought that he won the fight clearly. So he's looking for a rematch with Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor is heading into a undisputed match May 8th against undefeated WBO junior welterweight world champion Mexican superstar boxer Jose Ramirez. That's scheduled to take place May 8th in the undisputed showdown. May 22nd in the undisputed showdown. With that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, he says that he would knock out Regis Prograis. He says Regis Prograis is just not a good fighter, and he will knock him out. Okay. Now this would be a very interesting fight because neither guy backs down. Regis Prograis, has a very awkward style. He doesn't, his defense is not his first forte. But he does slip punches well in the pocket. He has a lot of power, obviously, a lot of knockouts in his career. He's bigger than Gervonta Tank Davis naturally and physically. He's 5'8". Gervonta Tank Davis is 5'5.5". He has 67-inch arm reach, so he has very short arms to be 5'8", and they have the same arm reach. Okay, so it would make for an action-packed fight. it would be explosive. And, in 26 fights, he has 21 knockouts, Regis Prograis, so, he's definitely, the bigger guy, and, he definitely has power. But with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, I believe, is just more athletic than Regis Prograis. I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis is a more explosive and more accurate than Regis Prograis is. So this would make for a very interesting fight. Mario Barrios, though, is a huge hurdle to climb for Gervonta Tank Davis. He's 26-0, 17 wins by way of knockout. He's 25 years of age. He stands at 5'10" with a 71-inch arm reach. And the last time we saw him, oddly enough, is on Gervonta Tank Davis's undercard when he fought against Ryan Call and got a knockout victory. So he has a 5-inch height advantage and a 4-inch arm reach advantage over Gervonta Tank Davis, and he has power in both hands, and he's an action-packed fighter. But again, neither Regis Prograis or Mario Barrios are hard to hit. You understand that they lack in the defensive department. Okay, so Gervonta Tank Davis, being as explosive and athletic and accurate as he is, would make for a very interesting fight, and he will be the favorite going in. I don't know how much of a favorite he'll be over Regis Prograis, but he'll definitely be an odds-in favorite over Mario Barrios. But the difference is, most people will question how does he transition to 140, as he stated that he wasn't even comfortable at 135. And we saw him in there with Yuriorkis Gamboa, who's a vet, 3-division world champion, Olympic gold medalist, but he partially torn his Achilles in the third round of that fight, and he still went 9 more rounds before Gervonta Tank Davis was able to get him out of there. Thus, the reason why people started to question, does his power translate up to bigger weight classes? We know he gets exciting highlight reel knockouts at 130 and below, but will his power translate above that, and that was in question. That's the reason why he said he wasn't truly comfortable yet at 135, and he'd much rather campaign at 130. So to go 5 pounds north after only having one fight since saying that you weren't comfortable at 135, and that fight being at 130, and you got a highlight reel knockout, now you're going to go 10 pounds north, 5 pounds north for the 35 that you said you wasn't comfortable at, and 10 pounds north for the last fight that you just recently had. Now, we know that there's wide speculation and, reports that Gervonta Tank Davis, he struggles to make weight. He lost his belt on the scale at one point in time. So we know that this is an issue. And Gervonta Tank Davis, he acknowledged such, right? He stated that, he has to get more discipline and more focus when it comes in between fights, letting himself balloon up in weight. So Gervonta Tank Davis, he's going to go 10 pounds north. Maybe it's the fact that, he's struggling to make 130, and then they no longer want to try to, have him deplete his body, because it's just not good for his body. So maybe 140 is where he's going to campaign. He has the athletic ability. He has the power. He has the accuracy. He has the, the skill set and the ring IQ to campaign at 140, but he's just going to be up against it every single night because everybody's going to be much bigger than him. You look at Mario Barrios, he's much bigger than him. You look at the 2 champions at 140, the official champions at 140, Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor. They're both 5'10". They both have over 70-inch arm reach, right? They both have power. So, he's going to be up against it every single night. Even a guy like Regis Prograis is bigger than him, okay? So with that said, maybe it's a possibility, that he decides to campaign there. Maybe he, decides to campaign at 135. But if this fight with Mario Barrios is at the full 140-pound limit, I cannot see Gervonta Tank Davis going back down to 130. That 10 pounds south, I can't see him making that weight, as he was already struggling to make 130. If he goes up to 140, his last 3 fights will be above 135 and above. I can't see him campaigning at 130 anymore. His body, he's growing. His body just won't allow him to. And if he does, it just won't be the best version of Gervonta Tank Davis. So with that said, can Gervonta Tank Davis beat Regis Prograis? Absolutely. Regis Prograis has a lot of lapses on his defensive end. Regis Prograis makes a lot of mistakes. Regis Prograis is not the most mobile guy. So he's there to be hit for Gervonta Tank Davis, okay? It's just the fact that, he's much bigger than Gervonta Tank Davis. And we have to see how Gervonta Tank Davis' strength translate up to 140. Regis Prograis is used to being in there with bigger, stronger guys. Gervonta Tank Davis, would be a smaller guy for him. Will he be able to absorb Regis Prograis? Will he be able to absorb Gervonta Tank Davis's power? And if he's able to take Gervonta Tank Davis' power, then we're going to get the answers to the question of Gervonta Tank Davis's chin. Will he be able to withstand Regis Prograis' power? That's going to be the biggest question. But first things first, we're going to see how Gervonta Tank Davis fares with Mario Barrios. Is not a walk in the park, no foregone conclusion. Obviously, I'm favoring him because, again, Mario Barrios, he's no defensive wizard, okay? Defense is not his forte. So, he's going to be there for the pickings for Gervonta Tank Davis to land. We got to see how he absorb it. And if he can take Gervonta Tank Davis' power, then we're going to see how Gervonta Tank Davis fares with him, because we saw a rangy guys with a jab give Gervonta Tank Davis problems. We saw Leo Santa Cruz give him problems with his jab and his range and his length. Eventually, he found a way on the inside, but some people had Leo Santa Cruz up on the cards when he got knocked out. Some people had a close, Gervonta Tank Davis up by 1 round, 3 rounds to 2 when he got knocked out. So, and Leo Santa Cruz, again, is no defensive wizard, but unlike Regis Prograis and Mario Barrios, Leo Santa Cruz doesn't have the power that they possess to get Gervonta Tank Davis's respect. So we're going to have to see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.